Welcome back, Vault Dwellers, to the continuation of Let's Build a Settlement at the Far Harbor Visitor Center. So in the last video, we built ourselves a farm. We got old MacDonald up there doing his thing, and now we're going to move on. So since I built this waterfall and our nice little collective pool down here, a lot of you guys have been just like losing your minds and screaming at me for the fact that we got all this water coming down here with nowhere to go, so it technically should be, overflowing, etc., etc. And trust in me, I have plans to fix it, and we're actually going to do that today, but not right this second. We are actually going to have a little fun with something that one of you had kind of pointed out with my little leak over here. So we're actually going to have a little fun with this guy here. Let me turn off my highlighting so we can actually see. There we go. So we got ourselves a nice little puddle, we got ourselves a splash, we got some water, we got water coming out. That nice crack right there, which actually we can see through. So we're going to kind of ignore that. You can see through that. But we are going to have a little fun with that. So let's see, we are going to go into maybe CVC to start with. Let's see, Deadlands. I don't know if I'm in the right place or not. I always forget where everything is. No, I'm in the wrong spot. Let me come back in here. And there we go. Patchwork. We're gonna stick something on here, right? So it looks like we actually were trying to stop this leak or something once we find the right piece of metal. Might actually have to take something the existing and or shrink it. I do have an idea of what I want it to look like, but now that I'm thinking about it, it might not work the way I want it to. So, let's see. You know what, maybe we'll use wood instead, because that does actually give me a fun idea. Let's see, I don't know what I'm looking for exactly. Let's see. Probably not. Alright, so let's get out of this. Let's go into structures, wood. Under walls. Yep, fillers. There we go. This will work a little better. Let's see if I can find exactly what I'm thinking of. No! I'm not. Ooh, actually, that's not bad at all. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get this thing to work properly. Let me turn off. There we go. Surface snapping. I'm going to have a little gap in there. Get this to work the way I want it to. It's pretty close. And fortunately we got like a little twist here. There we go. There we go. Now it looks like it's just like popping out of that hole. And let's see. There is another spot that has exactly what I'm thinking of. But I can't remember where. I know I've used it before, but I don't remember we used it building in here. Let's come in here. Let me turn my thing back on while we try to find a piece of what I'm looking for. Used a bunch of filler pieces all throughout this kind of stuff because the woody wasteland walls were kind of... There's a few of them. Alright, let's get out here. There we go. Oop, didn't go far enough. There we go. Alright. Okay, what is that from? Yeah, CVC. Okay. So we're going to go back to CVC. And we're going to see if I can find what I'm looking for. Oh, right there, you big dope. Alright. Back over here. So now we got our piece with the little gap. There it is. Highlighting back off again. And I want... maybe something like that, but smaller. That kind of looks. Okay. Put that there. We're going to put this here. Nice. And we're going to go with like a 25-degree viewer. Doing their best to slow down the leak and hold this wall together. And we'll do something up here too. Kind of create the illusion of ice. Just kind of slapping some stuff together and band-aiding it. Love it. All right, what else we got? Lean to. Oh yeah, not exactly what I'm looking for. Wait, what was that? Oh yeah, we've got this, all these good fun things. All right, out of all of that. Nope, not that one. We want that one. There we go. Maybe not. Let's go back into here for a second. Gotta get this just right. There, stick a guy there like so. Me, something completely different. Me. Yeah, that guy. That could work. Creating layers here if we can. Nice. Awesome. Alright, now, to kind of have a little fun with this, we're actually going to go back into here. And over to here. Here. There we go. It actually looks like we nailed these things to the walls. Perfect. Now we're going to put a double whammy there. And got this guy here. Perfect. Back. Use single guy for that. Awesome sauce. Since you're a double plank. You know what? I can't really see what I'm doing here. Hey, there we go. Just gets a little too dark. Nice. Now we can actually see. Okay. That guy there. Guy there. This one right here. A little spin. Oh, right at the last second it moved. Hate that. That like that. Make sure it's not interfering with the water. Perfecto. Get this guy in here. Awesome. Put that one there. Nice. We'll kind of squeeze that one in here. They just did a heck of a job any which way they possibly could to try and get this to hang in there. Love it. Alright, we need something for this guy too. Awesome. That looks like a real hodgepodge of just slap it all together to try and stop the leak. Love it. And we could even maybe add another piece of wood in there. Check it out real quick. And then we're going to go on to fixing the water on the inside that you all have been screaming about. Alright, let's get, let me see. A really small one. I think we should probably do something like that, maybe. That looks like it's just kind of... just a little... get just right. That. Alright, let's see how that looks. Okay, we got a gap under there. We can fix with another piece of wood of some sort. Maybe one more. Get a little guy in here. I'll tie that together. So. Perfect. We still got our water leaking out. They slapped on like 10,000 pieces of wood to try and hide it and hold it together. Seems like the kind of work I would do in real life. Not even joking. Maybe a little bit. Alright. And put that there. And that guy there. And another single guy there. Excellent. Maybe this guy here. So. Cool. Oops, I never put any things on there. Hang on. Let me back up against the wall so I can log back in there. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Put this guy up here. And got a twofer. Aw. Aw. Back to the little dude there. Boom. Alright. Ooh, yeah, I like that right there. Perfect. Nice. Okay. So for whoever came up with that idea, thank you so much. And as requested, I guess there you go. Now we've got an official patched leak. Maybe it was 10 times worse than what we see there originally. Who knows? Okay. So, as I said in the beginning, a lot of you had lost your SH you-know-what on the fact that this water is here without any way to go up there. We are going to address that. First things first, let's do a quick save. Oh, there's a sneaky peeky for Jamaica Plain, something I am working on. Let's see what else. Got some walls there. Yeah, that was a fun idea that I came up with that I'm super excited to share when the time comes. But not right now. Because we are here working on this. Actually, I think I gotta change the time of day. And get some light over here. Go into cheat terminal. Alright. Let's make it 9 a.m. See how that looks. Oh yeah, much better. Now we can see. Alright. I don't think we need the flashlight. So, another thing that had been pointed out is the type of wall that I used. And Mr. Anakin Palpatine, who's never happy, said that perhaps I should have used the pier walls here. So we're going to play with that for a second. We're actually going to come into here. There we go. These guys, because they have a little bit of a lean-to on them. And yeah, he was like, hey, yours looks stupid. So, because they don't lean. Apparently leaning is cool, and I am not cool. So I don't know what the problem is. And of course, these are not going to snap it all the way I want them to. Weird. Alright, let's turn our highlighting on so we can actually see what... Alright. You go there. And let's... Okay, there we go. Let's see now, that's too low. So we're going to bump that up to the same height. Keep her tick. Alright. And since we can just get these back, we're just going to do this. You know what, let's just scrap them, who cares? I'm probably just going to leave them because I don't want to keep rebuilding the same wall over and over again. Again. And of course, now that I've done that, this is probably, yeah, sticking out there. So we're going to come back in here. Which made me have to do Mr. Anakin Palpatine. Never ever happy with anything I do. Well, that should be enough. Let's pick it up. Cool. Alright. So we can get rid of that and that and put another doer in here. Just get rid of these. Oh, do these snap to that? It said no. Thinking maybe they need a cat. I mean, obviously I would have to lower, but we're not going to do that. We don't need a corner filler. Oh, there's the ones with the wood on them. I forgot about those because that's actually a little cooler looking. Son of a gun. Yeah, I like that better. We don't have to change that one, because it is what it is. And we'll just stick that guy in there. And there's Gleaniusks. Ooh, rampies. There we go. You're not lean. Yeah, see, I need one that leans. So we're gonna try thinking G2M. I think I have individual sports. There we go. There's the lean-to guy. Oh, and okay. I thought it was gonna be like leaning towards the wrong way. I was gonna like, you son of a gun. Of course, you need to. Not snapping in the right place though. All right, let's humana. Okay. Ooh, miscellaneous snow. Wheeling. Or huh? Does G2M not have those walls? That's quite odd. Ramps, slopes, nope. Railings, not even close. Stars, nope. Huh. That's quite odd. Alright, well, how do we look spacing-wise, though? Yeah, that's definitely gotta go over, so let's turn off our snapping real fast. And let's scooch you on over. Roughly about there. How does that look? Yeah, not too shabby. Okay. So now we got our new support wall, including logged support there. Now we need to do some stuff here. So, where are we going to start? Guess we can start here at the bottom since we're already here. Alright, so let's get some floors in place. Let's go for the light gray ones. Let's see. Oh, turn snapping on, dum-dum. Okay. Let's see, now that creates a problem with sticking up like right in the way. Alright, let's just continue on for the moment. Let's see. Of course, that's gonna snap like right where I don't want it to. Alright, let's try that. Okay. That could possibly work. Stick with me, kids. I sort of know what I'm doing. Just for ships and bibbles, we're going to throw a different colored one in there, just because we can. This might end up being a little too big. I don't want it to take over the whole thing, necessarily. You know what? Maybe we don't need these sides. Let's take those out. Fortunately, I got to lose that, and that one, after all that. Back in here, get the regular non-wooded walls. There we go. Keep the others, though, because I can add some extra support and legs and stuff down here, so that's not that big a deal. Alright. Let's see. What else we got? Miscellaneous. Yeah, see, kind of like that. So we'll put one on each side there. Some there, too. One there. I'm going to dip these down, though. Because I am going to also put in some sort of walkway. Get rid of that bluff grass, just because we can. Alright. So now that we've got that, we need stuff. And actually, we can probably build out this way a little bit, because this is looking like it might be a little too small. So let's go back into here. Floors. Yes. Maybe one half is one color and one half is the other color. Because maybe we'll stick some machinery over here or something. Let's dip that down. Perfect. And come back in here. We can use the same supports. Put one there. There. Is that a leaning? Oh, that's a leaning one. That's why it's weird. Not that it really matters. You know what? Maybe we'll leave that one. Maybe that one, a little crooked for some reason. And actually, you know what? I'm going to change the design here. Now that I'm looking at it. A little better. Maybe we'll stick one dead center here like so. Cool. Alright, which means these have to go down. Go ahead and dip that down like that. That'll work. I'll take you down a little bit too, because I'm going to put like a walkway there. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go with, yeah, that guy. Really? Did I turn my snapping off? That's why. Dum-dum. Excellent. Oh no. There you go, Skippy. Alright. Gotta hide that a little more. Doop. There we go. Okay. So now that we've got our base, let's go ahead and do a quick save. And save. Overwrite, that's fine. Who cares? Where's some more of that grass? Oh, there's some more. Okie dokie. Now, we need some walls for this. Do I want to kind of possibly emulate that, or do we want to go something completely different? Let's... Little stairs. Very cool. Another reason I really like G2M. This is, I think, originally why I downloaded G2M, and then all the other stuff was like a complete bonus for me. So if you're looking for some spirally stairs, there you go. Let's see. Ooh, actually, you know what? I know the perfect one to put in there. I think Homemaker might actually have it. There we go. Nice. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, we need a doorway. Let's put the door... No. Facing the wrong way. Actually, where do I want to put the door? Maybe here, actually. But of course, it wants to face the wrong way. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Is that where I want the door? Yeah. Okay. That'll work. Alright. Now we need walls. Really? What are you even... Oh. Holes? Really? Okay. You say so. Put that there. Maybe we're gonna put one here, one there. Oh, no, what are you doing? What the heck? Okay, that's weird. Alright. And then over here, because we're facing nothing, we want some blank walls. And you're not even touching the floor here. Okay, mucho better. That place. We can use some roofuses. Yeah, these will work. That guy there. Guy there. You. And here. And there. Those don't line up. Why don't you line up? Neither side does. Whatever, who cares? I'm not going to sit here and fuss with these things all day. Are these overlapping? No, they are not. Okay. Now that we have that, we need bits. Go into crew. And I have no idea what. Let's see. Ah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for, I think. Nope. Maybe it was in here. Nope. Miscellaneous. Not quite. So some of this might come in handy later. But no, not what I'm looking for. Starter structure, static. Okay, where? I always have trouble finding the darn thing when I'm looking for them. Quartz, no. Beams and stuff. Maybe it isn't a decorative something or other. Clutter. There we go. Piping. We need pipes. Okay. Now you might be able to see where I'm going here, what we're doing. Let's see, is that gonna reach? No, not big enough. I mean, I could always big size it, so that's not that big a deal. Do like the look of that guy, so we're gonna take that, stick it there. Maybe we're gonna have to play around here. Let's get a smorgasbord of some piping. Ooh, I like that guy too. That one goes down far. I don't like that. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so I want this guy. We're going to start with him, or her, it. I'm going to giganticize this thing. We can make it work 300%. Look at the size of that sucker. Excellent. And we're going to stick you right there. Hey, look at that. It's actually dipping into the water. Perfect. Alright. Oh, we got little friends that we can extend it with. Alright, so let's turn off our highlights so I can see what this looks like. Oh, perfect. Same texture. So let's big size that one. Bigger. 250. 300. Excellent. Now we can really get this down into the water. Of course, now there we go. Let's line that up that away. And back of that away. Oh no! Stop doing that. Perfect. Nice! Alright, where's my water? There we go. Back in place. Look at that. So now we've got something that pulls the water out. And maybe we'll just give him a little helper friend here too. But, wait, no, okay, I remember my plan now. So we need something that sends the water down under the ground too. So yeah, that'll work there. We're gonna put this guy into the wall here, maybe. Like so. But you know what? That doesn't look like enough water flow. Let's big size this guy. Oh, baby. Look at the size of that sucker. Much better. Alright. And we're going to stick him right there. Maybe rotate it just a little. Cool. So now we got one pipe that sucks and one that blows. Oh, cheese and crackers. Okay. Now we're going to come on up here. And... huh. Guess maybe we'll have to use that one again. We'll see. Let's see what else we got real quick. Alright, so we got a couple of ideas here. Ooh. That kind of works. It's got a little valve on it, which I like. Or what else we got? Don't like that because it's got that little extra doer there that doesn't really help us. That's the one we just used at the bottom there. It's not too bad. Don't need two. Alright, so you can probably guess where I'm going with this. And the shape of that looks a little funky. So, let's see. Definitely not one of those. That could work. Could just kind of bonk. Set that there like that. Fortunately, you can kind of see down into the water and see it there. Because I did kind of create that little cave thing, so we could always fix that. Actually... oops, wrong thing. There we go. Let's stick them over here. Ah, right there. Kind of like center it. Just a smidge. Alright, we'll put them here. And let's biggest size it first, because we need a lot of water flow here. Bigger! Bigger! 300%. Oh yeah. Look at the size of that mamma jamma. Alright, let's stick it here maybe? Let's turn that off and look. Yeah, I kind of like that, and then we'll just have to hide that down below so that we can't see it. That's no problem. We can just stick some rocks there. Alright, so we got ourselves some pipies. And let's see. Right now we're just going to go straight into CVC, Deadlands, and we're going to stick... Well, maybe let's stick a cliff under the water here. That'll help, it's a little something something. Let's get that in there, just like so. And, yeah, we gotta kind of bring that along, too, because it just doesn't look right on its own. So we'll just kind of round it out, like so. Alright, let's see, how does that look? Perfect. Love it. Now, that we have that, we need water. We're going to go over to S.O.E. Did I miss it? Nope, there it is. We're going to go to pool. Water. Waterfall. Turn off our snapping. And we want the little dude, maybe. Actually, that might be too wide. That's too wide. Okay, hang on. Turn our outline back on. Okay, I can, there we go, grab that guy. Get rid of that one then. And let's see, how does that look? That's a little better. Of course, now I see that our cliff is kind of like interfering. So, let's see. Let me pick up my water real quick so I can move this guy down further. Or something. Put this guy in. Oops. Snapping. Yeah, that's not bad. That works. Okay. So now, turn our snapping back off, and we're gonna layer this. Of course, it would help if the water was going the right direction. Nice. Alright. We need a third one, so let's make a third doer here. And let's get this guy down low. Work on our perspective a little bit. Alright, so that top guy, I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. We're kind of getting the illusion, at least on this side anyway. Alright, so let's move them over a smidge. I don't really want that look of... Whoa. Light it out so I can actually look at what I'm doing. There we go. Now I can actually see this. Okay. Looks good from that side. Gotta come over this side a little bit. Still getting a little overlap there. Alright. Let's make this guy bigger. Yeah, that's gonna take forever. Alright, good on that side. Nope, not that side. Man, just can't win. backing us off a little bit then. Okay. Not too shabby. Nice! Just like spewing water. Let's try moving it in a little. So that kind of mucks it up a little bit on that side. You know what? I got an idea. If you can find the darn things. Oh, geez, that's the other thing. Let's see. Decorations. Mochi mochi. Second. Yeah, that doesn't help me. 3 more grass. I don't remember where I got my plants from. I always forget stuff. Don't get old, kids. Oh, there we go. Grass and leaves. I'm gonna get some plant life here to help us hide this. Some grass. I want to eventually stick some vines up on this thing too. I have some fall here? Not really. Let's see. Plants, more plants. Ooh, hello. Not really. Stick this guy underneath here though, because that just will add a whole extra dimension there. And there as well. Oh, some more. Why not? Whoops, a doodle. Can I not get to that plant? Oh, there it is. Over that just a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, we're just gonna cover it up as we can. Maybe this was by design by the people that built it so that they can kind of hide this thing. No, we don't want flowers. That's too nice looking. Oh, there we go. Look at this sucker. Maybe I'll just randomly stick a bunch of stuff up in here. Alright, how are we looking? Nice. Alright, now we definitely got to stick something under the water there and put some splashies in. And then, as we're kind of out of time, in the next video we'll finish. We're going to have all kinds of machinery down in there to pump the water. Let's see. Well, let's put some fungi in here. We do have a lot of splashy water here, so... no, we don't want that. Ooh. Well, let's put some of this down in here, in the water. Little dude there. Got a little single guy, just like right there in that crevice. Nice. And let's see. All these dudes. Let's see. Yeah, why not? We'll put a couple little flowers. Who doesn't like flowers? A little of that in there. there. Oh yeah, gotta have some of these ferns. One here in the water. Right there on the edge. Nice. Alright, now that we've done all that, we need actually some rocks. Something kind of big that we can just kind of shove down here to hide that waterfall. Like that. Perfect. And we'll put in a splashy. Water. Miscellaneous. Yes, we want the large guy. Let's turn our highlight. Alright, let's see. Perfect. Look at that. There we go. All right. So for all of you that were complaining about where's the water coming from because you don't have any imagination, or where's it going because you don't have any imagination, there we go. Got ourselves a start and a recycle. So, yeah, we got the little water mill here doing its thing. Oh, wait, we need a splashy there. That's one of the things I forgot about before. Yeah. We got water coming down the waterfall. It gets this thing doing some powers, etc. And then power for that powers the pump. So we got a little bit of everything now. Let's see if we can still grab what I can. Sweet. Alright, we're gonna have to do the same, cover up that that Housekit what's down there. So let's go ahead and get a rock. Rocks are usually like the best thing to cover this kind of stuff up. Easiest as well. Take that guy. Gotta get it like just right too. There we go. Otherwise the splash just like doesn't look alright. It looks like it's going way too far down and like just does not make any sense. Make sure we're clearing our wheel, which we are. Let's move our rock just a little this way and a little up that way. Nice. I like that it's sticking out of the water just a little bit. Or is that just because I moved this? Hang on. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, let's see. No, that looks good. I like it. More or less. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Alright. Just a few more seconds here. I know you guys don't mind. You're like, yay, more time. We're going to go into Woody's Wasteland because I really like the railings from that. Building. Miscellaneous. Railings, please. Thank you. Put one there. You know what? We should probably have one here. There. There. Let's see. You're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't with wherever you place things. So I guess we'll do it that way. Let's see. I don't like the way that that's going into that like that. Alright, let's get rid of that. Oops, wrong button. Okay. Go further, need some steps. And then some railings for the steps. Excellent. Alright, let's replace that wall. Kraggles. Here, wall. Boom. Alright. Got the start of a pump house. Some pipes. Some more pipes. Awesome. Alright, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Until then, don't get irradiated.